Welcome back to the bench and a new mailbag segment. I have two packages here for you. One I know what is in it, and the other I'm not sure. This may be the package I've been waiting for nearly 2 months. So let's get started. Alright, so inside we have a digital TV tuner. And what these are for is they have a chip inside that can be used, it's an RTL chip I think, that can be used for software-defined radio. You can of course use them for, I think, digital TV in Europe. I don't know if that'll even work in the US, but what I'm going to use it for is as a software-defined radio receiver, basically just for kind of debugging purposes with some of the wireless modules that I've been playing with. I guess it comes with a remote as well. Very glad to see that. Oh, and a CD, some sort of driver. Alright, so I've mentioned before the voltmeter project. These leads are for that. So they look pretty nice actually, considering they're from a Chinese eBay seller, but I mean they're not fluke leads, but they're pretty decent. So yeah, I'll be testing those, I guess. My hope is that I can use these, connect them to that, and then basically have decent probes for the voltmeter. And here I have a K-type thermocouple. I'd like to be able to log not only volts and amps, but also temperature. Alright, so what we have here is a generic sort of prototyping board. I have a couple of banana plug, 3 actually, banana plug male connectors here. A few banana plug female connectors, and it looks like, is that a rotary encoder? Yeah, I believe that's a rotary encoder. This is an SD card breakout. I'll be using that with an ESP8266 in order to log data. This is a max chip that reads the K-type thermocouple that I showed earlier. And this is a let me actually open this up. And this is a really interesting device. It's a field effect, or sorry, it uses a Hall effect sensor to measure the current on this side. So it can measure quite high currents because there's no direct coupling. So basically what it's doing is, as this wire goes through that chip, it creates a small magnetic field with any current, and this has a calibrated Hall effect sensor that will measure that. And what it does is it produces a voltage on the output there. I have to read what the difference between out 1 and out 2 is, but it produces an output voltage that I can read with my 16-bit analog to digital converter, and then use that to get a precise current measurement in addition to voltage. And that should have quite a wide range, so it should be very good. Finally, here I have a DC to DC power converter. This is a 5 amp device. I'll probably be replacing these potentiometers with 10 turn ones, large sized 10 turn ones, but it has an aluminum heatsink, and it's rated there for 5 amps up to 35 volts. So output, that is 7 amps input. So that should be more than adequate for my sort of lab sized needs. The last item got missed in the original filming, but we have 5 probes which have these little clips on the end of them, which make them very useful for clipping on to different wires or the legs of a chip in order to get signals that are in circuit. So you push on the end and the clip comes out. On this end you have a connection here that you can connect to. The cap has a groove in it that matches that contact, and there's another groove on the side here that matches this key. So with all that together, you can see how it goes together. Taking a look at these items on eBay, we can see that they got split up into 2 different orders, even though they arrived in one package. The 5 amp DC to DC power supply was $5.15 with $2 of shipping, and the other items came in at $21.16 with a total of $2.50 of shipping. Both of these came from Alice 110-1983. And here we have the micro SD card breakout, the prototyping board, the male banana plugs, the spring probes, the rotary encoder, the female banana plugs, the Hall effect based current sensor module, the multimeter style probes, the K-type thermocouple, and the max chip to read it. Again, all of these items came from Alice 110-1983. A little bit lower here, we have the USB-based digital TV receiver. This has the RTL chip, which we will be using for the software-defined radio. This was sold by Lucapen for $6 with free shipping. These items are today's mailbag. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you want to see the projects I'm going to make with these items, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.